The Shepherd here. I'm with Tom Hunting from Exodus.
How you doing?
Thank you. Thanks for your time here.
No worries.
So we've been listening to the new album. It's been great. It debuted at the highest spot it's ever has for you guys for Exodus. I just saw last night on Loudwire that Blood and Blood Out is the number 7 song of the year. It just seems like you guys have a lot of momentum right now. Is there a buzz? Is there a feeling that's – because I saw you guys up in Milwaukee earlier this year, and it was great, but it just seems like there's a swirl around you now. Am I seeing that correctly?
Well, I mean, when you saw us in Milwaukee, we were at the end of a very long touring cycle for the last record. So, and I think, we went home and recorded, and, the buzz kind of started when we recorded, and plus, of course, lineup changes and whatnot. And, it's a good record. We worked hard on it. We're happy with the way it came out, and I think if you work at anything really hard like that, it's really good to have some success.
Yeah, so great. One thing that you guys did on the internet that was fun for us fans is you asked us, what do you want to hear off the new album when it's your turn, when it's you guys are having the set, the longer set. Were there 2 or 3 songs that stood out? Because I voted for a couple. I had to Wrap Around the Arms of Rage and things like that, BTK. But were there 2 or 3 that stood out that fans really want to hear when you guys are?
The cool thing that we're noticing about this record is that everybody has a different favorite, which makes us feel good because it makes us feel like we put out something strong. You know what I mean? I have my own personal favorites off the record, but I think the fact that everybody likes something different that's a bonus. I can't really argue with that.
And what are your favorites?
Collateral Damage is I really like that one because I just think it's really driving. It's fun to play. However, as a drummer, you got to be super practiced up to play it. I love that one. I love playing the 2 openers, Blood In, Blood Out, and Black 13. Wrapped in the Arms of Rage is one I haven't even thought about playing live, but I guess why not?
Yeah.
Why not play the whole fucking thing?
That's good with us. I'm cool with that. Prepping for tonight, I went back and watched some old video. And, kind of what gave me focus to watch the old video was when one of the lyrics you guys have on Blood In, Blood Out, that talks about tonight we're going to rage and make Paul Baloff proud.
Yeah.
And, as a fan, we're with you guys, but we're not in the inner circle. Mm-hmm. And I think some people think it's kind of hokey or it's cliched that you guys in the Bay Area are family, but you guys really are family, aren't you?
Yeah, I think, and I think especially as we get older, those ties, that started, so long ago, we grew up together. So it's when we were part of something that was special, and, why not celebrate that?
Absolutely. Well, it certainly is special. It's been it's been 34 years. Because you guys are you're the thrash notoriety. You're the pedigree, as the song is, right? That's such a cool line too. One thing that I thought was really neat the other night I was watching, it was almost teary-eyed. I saw a video of Kirk, and he was talking about Paul.
Yeah. And
he was just recollecting some things and some memories and this and that. What are your fond memories of your first, for the people I don't know Paul?
Yeah. Man, there's so many of them. I mean, he loved metal more than any of us, Kirk, all of us, combined, I think. He loved this music. He's super passionate about it. Some of my memories of him, his insane, stage banter in between songs, on a live record, when he'd just say something and you'd be like, what the fuck just came out of his mouth, some of our trips together, some of the stupid little songs we'd make up while we're riding down the road in a van, just stuff you'd celebrate with your buddies, I remember one time we were in Brazil and he was hovering off the top. We had a barbecue and he was hovering off at the ridge of this tiled roof, just like a gargoyle, you know what I mean? Just kind of watching over the party. Shit like that would happen randomly, constantly with him.
Oh, I can believe it. I don't know if you saw it. I'm sure you've seen it, but I don't know how long it's been since you've seen it. I saw it for the first time the other night, where he's dressed up in this Philadelphia Flyers hockey outfit, but he's doing the Paul Baloff workout. Have you seen this video?
Yes, I have. I think I was taken at the warehouse, right? In Oakland, yeah. Yeah, we all did some time in that warehouse. It's It's like a legendary place.
Well, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He's just breaking shit left and right and just going off like how he goes off. And
yeah,
what was his sense of humor like? He must have had one bigger than life.
It was pretty big. You know, it's funny because like we never knew how old he really was until he passed away, and like he would tell all these lies, like you know his father was a nuclear physicist and like they smuggled him out of Russia on a fucking little raft or whatever, and you know told us his name was Paul Kirshakov and all this crazy shit. And like you know we after he passed away, you know he really didn't have a lot of family left, so Gary mostly was in charge of, you know, Paul and what his affairs were and stuff. And we met with his sister, and she's like, nah, it didn't happen.
You got to hear the real truth.
We grew up in Berkeley, and this is how old he was. And it's like, wow. All right.
What a character.
Yeah, he took that shit with him all the way.
I saw the one video, and it is the same, I think it's Warehouse tapes. That he had punched the producer or punched the owner of the I don't know, whoever puts on the show.
Uh-huh.
He had punched him before the concert, and after the show, the cops were looking for him, and he said he was hiding somewhere in the venue.
Mm-hmm.
And when they found him, he said his name was Zetro anyway.
That, I believe, probably is truth.
Oh, what a guy. All right. Well, as far as, you know, going back to the album there, when you guys are out starting tomorrow, how long will that set? Is that going to be a customary, you know, hour and a half, 2 hour set?
It'll probably be pretty long and crushing. I mean, hour and a half or whatever. We played, we've done some one-offs on this tour so far, and we played hour and a half in Springfield and hour and 20 in Kentucky. So, but I think we'll probably pack it with classics, as well as, you know, 2 from the new record, and then go home and learn some more of the new record to play live.
Excellent.
Or practice some more of the new record. I practice it every day, but other people in the band need to step up their homework.
Oh, there you go. They're calling out there. How many hours a week do you, I mean, besides live performances, how many hours a week do you get to play?
That's a good question, because like when I'm at home nowadays, I try to hit it hard for an hour a day, because it's, you know, we're getting older, and I think the only way I'm able to do this like at a consistent, you know, level and play the way I want to play, I have to it's all about practice and repetition and building stamina.
Yeah.
You know, so an hour a day at least when I'm home. It's funny because like when I get off that regimen now, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna suck because I'm gonna sit down. You know, it gets in your head.
Yeah.
You know, things that you've been doing for, you know, so many years, and it's like you think you're gonna forget. And a lot of it's muscle memory too. It never leaves you. But it's, you know, you gotta step in there and work out at it, you know, and don't forget to breathe.
Almost like an athlete, aren't you? You're saying muscle memory, things like that.
Yeah, it feels like it at times. I mean, the way I like to do it, you know, as hard and fast as possible. So.
He heaped some pretty nice praise on Zetro on an interview I saw. It was probably a recent interview. I think it was during this campaign, during this tour.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of just answered the question in a way, but you had said 2 things about him I thought were pretty neat. One, you said he's really been working in his craft.
Yeah.
And you said 2, his endurance now is better maybe than it was years ago. So as you know, I think, we're probably pretty close in age, 45, 47.
I'm 49.
Okay. So we're pretty close, and Zetro's a little bit older than that.
Mm-hmm. So
you see him coming back here, and he's in pretty good shape.
Well, vocally, like I used to notice he would wear out, like on a tour, like, you know, his voice would start cracking live, and he couldn't do the things he wanted to do. But he seems to have done something now in his vocal routine that makes him be able to do it night in, night out. So
excellent.
At a high level. Excuse me, I just woke up from a nap.
So, yeah, no, thanks for taking the time. I know you got a lot of things to do, and this has been kind of just crammed. We're just running with it, but that's all right. That's my old style. Huh?
Hey, whatever.
Now that kind of a off-the-cuff type of question or whatever, now that the holidays are approaching, do you have favorite Christmas songs? Are you a Christmas spirit kind of guy?
Man, I would have to go with the Charlie Brown Christmas album.
All right.
It's like from end to end, it's pretty good.
All right. And I see you got the 49ers in it. I was telling my wife when I saw you guys in May, obviously a lot of Bay Area people are 49ers, they're Raiders.
Yeah.
With as much success as the 49ers have had, and I can say this as a Raiders fan, so don't disrespect anyone out there, we've been the worst franchise in the last decade. Do you get a lot of digs in on the other people on this tour, or is it just not even worth it?
No, I don't really hate anymore. Like, I root for the Raiders, actually. I mean, in the AFC, they're my team. It's like they're in the Bay Area, so I have to root for them. I mean, I root for all the Bay Area teams. The only one I don't is probably Stanford, because I don't think they're actual Bay Area. I think they're too far south, even though the Niners play in Santa Clara now. But I'm a big Warrior fan, actually, basketball.
Okay.
So when the Niners are sucking, like they have the last couple weeks, I turned to basketball.
That's Steph Curry, right? Steph Curry,
yeah.
He's on fire all the time.
They are on fire, and they're playing your Bulls tomorrow night too. I don't know if you're a Bulls fan.
I'm really not. I kind of like the Bulls, but I'm more of a football guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course, when Jordan was here, I mean, everyone was a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit tired of Derrick Rose being hurt every other game, so it's kind of hard to follow the Bulls and see.
Yeah. Well, he's healthy tomorrow. Healthy to go for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he's got to get up for the big games, right? That's kind of how it seems to be going now.
But he's got he fights the Warrior team tomorrow.
And the Raiders.
We're live here at Sports Talk at the Horseshoe Sports Arena.
That's right. Yeah, because the Raiders play the Niners tomorrow too.
That's right.
Yeah, so big sports day here.
Yeah, so tomorrow there might be a little hate being thrown around in my camp, but it's all in good fun.
Awesome. Well,
Zed's a big Raider fan.
Yeah.
Kevin Young, our crew, is a big Raider fan. So you guys are out there.
Yeah.
You're a Chicago person and you're a Raider fan?
Yeah, just one of those things growing up. My uncle would come by and we'd watch. This was back in the days of Lyle Alzado and Dave Casper and such when they were, Ken Stabler was the quarterback. So I never wanted to be the hometown fan because it just felt like it was too convenient.
Yeah.
And I just had this, I love my uncle. He was like the father figure. So when he'd come over, we'd watch the Raiders and then I just went from there.
That's kind of how it starts, huh?
Yeah. Now he's turned away from sports and he's found God. Now he hates the Raiders, so I'm just gonna keep quiet. That's my team, right? Well, one last question because I know you got to go and we appreciate the time. What do you feel as a drummer? Two more actually. As a drummer, what do you do best? What comes easy to you? What's natural for you?
What comes natural for me? I think just finding the groove. Like sometimes you gotta lay back and like not do 1,000 drum rolls, but I think I'm good at that. And I just discovered recently that I'm good at teaching. So I did drum clinic. My first drum clinic ever on this tour I did for kids, and it was in Old Bridge, New Jersey, and I had a freaking blast. It was awesome. Really? Yeah. So I mean, I see myself getting into that in the future. Like when this all settles down. I mean, let's face it, it's a finite number of years we're going to do this kind of stuff, live this lifestyle, and that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Teaching in the future, huh?
Yep.
Very good.
Absolutely.
One last question. I was talking to kind of a friend, a guy in the industry, a younger band, Death Valley Driver, and I asked him, if you had a chance to talk to Tom, what would you ask? And he said, can you ask as a younger musician, they're just, kind of building or whatever, how do you maintain the energy and the passion in an industry that's so fickle?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah. Well, I think you got to ask yourself, what are the true reasons that you do this? Is it because of the business end? Is it because you want to be a star? I mean, I've never considered any of us to be stars or any shit like that. It's like we're still a struggling band trying to get to the middle, in my opinion. But yeah, that person needs to ask himself why he does this. What's his name?
Ray. I don't know. It's Black PR. It's French Canadian, and I always messed it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he loves to play music, you see people all the time. They get out of music and they do normal things like they become plumbers or they join a union and be a carpenter or whatever like that. Personally, I long for those kind of things sometimes, because it is an unsteady business to be in. And you do make sacrifices, and it's like, everybody else has families and 401ks and they're buying houses and shit like that. I'm riding around on a bus, fucking playing metal every night.
There's another side, isn't there?
It's kind of a young man's game, so you can look at that way too. But a lot of those people that do stop, you always see them later in life picking it back up. You know, the ones that truly love it. The other ones it's easier for them to just walk away, you know. But to your friend, I just say, you know, stay true to yourself. Like, what do you really want to do? You know, that's the best I can tell.
Thank you. It's a great answer. And thanks for your time. Hope you have a great set tonight. I'm sure you will. We're excited to be here. We're here in Hammond, Indiana. It's the last show for Slayer, Suicidal, and Exodus. Exodus on to, I don't know the town.
Marion, Kansas.
Marion, Kansas, right? And then through Utah, Colorado, all the way down to California to end it up. All right. Thank you very much.